Welcome back to Game Talk 24/7. The Super Bowl was yesterday. The Seahawks win in dominant fashion. The Olympics are going on. The USA currently has 2 gold medals. Can they make it more? It's all been great. Also, the Raiders now have their new head coach. We're going to talk about that all right here on Game Talk 24/7. Before we do that, though, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. If you are subscribed, tell a friend to subscribe. It's free. It doesn't hurt you at all, and it really benefits the channel, really helps us out, and helps us grow. So I really appreciate if you guys hit that subscribe button down below. Again, it's free. So with the Super Bowl, the Seahawks win in dominant fashion, 29-13. Now, this was a very dominant defensive game. I mean, in the first half, all the points came by 4 field goals from the Seahawks. And they lead 12-0 at halftime. But the Patriots didn't get a single first down in the second half until like a minute or two left in the third quarter, and that first down was off of a flag by the Seahawks. So again, it was a great defensive game by both teams, especially Seattle's defense. They made Drake Maye's life a living nightmare. I mean, for instance, let's just see how many times he got sacked. Drake Maye got sacked 6 times for 43 yards. He also threw 2 interceptions with 2 touchdowns. One of those interceptions being a pick 6. So again, we already know the Seahawks won. They won 29-13 in dominant fashion with 4 field goals in the first half, and then a touchdown by A.J. Barner from Sam Darnold on 16-yard pass to open up the first touchdown of the game in the fourth quarter. Then you get a touchdown by Mac Hollins from a 35-yard pass from Drake Maye, back-to-back touchdowns, and then field goal by the Seahawks, and then touchdown, interception by Nwosu, 45-yard pick 6 return by Nwosu. Again, terrible offense from the Patriots. Give credit, to the Seattle Seahawks. Also, that Patriots offensive line did not hold up. I said in the last video, for the Patriots to win, their offensive lines have to play better. They're going to have to step up. They're going to have to do their job, and they did not. They did not protect Drake Maye that well. He got sacked 6 times in this game, and that is the reason why you guys lose. Again, the Raiders have a new head coach. They hired the Seahawks offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak, right after the Super Bowl. Hey, Clint Kubiak goes from being an offensive coordinator, winning a Super Bowl, to now being the head coach of the Raiders. Who knows? Maybe he'll get the job done there. Who knows? Maybe Tom Brady and the influence he has there will get the Raiders back on track and back to being a good organization and winning. Ramondre Stevenson had a touchdown late in the game with a 7-yard pass from Drake Maye. But again, wasn't enough in time. Again, they lose 29-13 to the Seahawks. The Seahawks were dominant. That defense is phenomenal. That defense might have been the best in the NFL all season, if not the best defense. They were probably the best defense in the NFL all season long. And maybe not at the beginning, earlier in the season, but they definitely showed it at the end of the season, especially in this playoff game. Again, Drake Maye threw 2 interceptions to 2 touchdowns. You can't do that in a Super Bowl and expect to win. Drake Maye went 27-43 for 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a 16.3 QBR, and a 79.1 passer rating. That is terrible for a Super Bowl. If you do that, you're going to lose. The team needs you. Unless your defense made the other guy do even worse. But your team needed him to step up. They needed the offensive. He himself needed the offensive line to step up, and they did. Now, I will also say this: it was not helpful for Drake Maye, at least, that he was playing with a slightly of an injury. He got an injection in his throwing shoulder. I'm pretty sure it was. I think it was a throwing shoulder. He got an injection before the game to help deal with pain. So he had some pain, but again, that's not an excuse. You can't use that as an excuse, you know what I mean? Yes, it's there, but Sam Darnold's dealing with an oblique. Everybody's dealing with something at this point in the season. You got to get the job done, and they didn't. Also, it's the Super Bowl. You're going to push yourself through as much as you can anyways. Sam Darnold went 19-38, 202 yards, a 5.3 average, 1 touchdown, a 53 QBR, and a 74.7 passer rating. So his passer rating was lower than Drake Maye's. And again, he himself wasn't really like phenomenal either. He just didn't turn the ball over. He used what the defense gave him on the Patriots. He didn't turn the ball over. He had 1 touchdown. He was efficient enough to where he didn't make mistakes like Drake Maye did when it came to turning the ball over. Kenneth Walker, I'm pretty sure he was the Super Bowl MVP. Kenneth Walker, 27 carries, 135 yards, came up clutch against the Patriots here. That was phenomenal by Kenneth Walker. He is your Super Bowl MVP, and he's the first Super Bowl MVP running back in the 21st century. That was phenomenal. That was great by Kenneth Walker III. And again, he's your first MVP running back of the 21st century. He had a phenomenal game. Whenever the Seahawks needed something, whether it's to gain more yards, to get a first down, to get in better field goal position, or to get in touchdown range, he put the team on his back and he got what needed. He got what they needed. Whenever they needed some yards, they knew they could count on him. They knew they could go to him to help them win this game. Another star player in this game, Cooper Kupp had 61 yards, 10.2 average. A.J. Barner had 54 yards with a touchdown. Rashid Shee had 27 yards. Jackson Smith and Jigba only had 27 yards. The Patriots were able to take him away. Mike Vrabel and the Patriots coaching staff did a good job of scheming up that defense and taking him away. Taking away the primary weapon and the offensive player of the year away. But they did not do a good job taking away Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker did a phenomenal job throughout this game, and that's exactly what you wanted by Kenneth Walker. Ramondre Stevenson, only 23 yards. Travion Henderson, 19. Drake Maye, your leading rusher for 37 yards. They couldn't get it going on the ground if you're the Patriots. That Seahawks defensive line, linebackers, corner safeties, they all stopped the run really well. Crashing, loading up the run box when needed, crashing when they see the ball being handed off, making sure that they don't let the running back get to the second level, the offensive line get to the second level, make sure that they tackle him behind the line of scrimmage or at the line of scrimmage, being aggressive defensively. Again, Seahawks, Byron Murphy, he also recovered a fumble that was by Drake Maye. So Drake Maye had 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and a fumble. That's not great. Byron Murphy recovered that fumble for the Seahawks. Again, 3 turnovers to 0. That's how you lose 29-13 in the Super Bowl. And that might have been the worst offensive performance in a Super Bowl in a long time, if ever. But that we just gave. Now, the Patriots didn't get shut out, but it was terrible. It was very bad. For the Seahawks, your leading sacker was Derek Hall with 2. Devin Witherspoon with 1. And Riley Mills with 1. You also had... I'm missing 1 sack, obviously. I don't know why I'm missing 1 sack. I can't think of it. Byron Murphy with 2 also. I'm missing more than 1 sack, sorry. But Byron Murphy with 2. I can't do math. I went to elementary school, but high school, a little iffy, you know. The Patriots, they only got 1 sack. They were only able to get to the quarterback once, and they had 7 tackles for loss to the Seahawks 8. But again, they couldn't get to this. They couldn't get to the quarterback as well as the Seahawks could, and that showed. Sam Darnold, he was able to be efficient, get his job done, and then Kenneth Walker was able to get those yards that they needed and put the ball and the team on his back. He in the big moments, a player like Kenneth Walker, he's a guy that wants the ball in his hands, and they put the ball in his hands and they trusted him to get to work. Jason Myers went 5 of 5 for field goals. He went 5 of 5 for field goals. Sorry, English is hard too. Okay, I went to elementary school. High school is a little iffy though. Jason Myers went 5 of 5 on field goals with a long of 41 and 2 of 2 extra points, making it almost impossible for the Patriots to come back late in the game. And it was really the second interception that sealed it. The game was getting close. And then Drake Maye just threw an interception that he shouldn't have thrown. It was awful. I mean, it was one of the worst interceptions I've ever seen in a Super Bowl. Besides maybe Russell Wilson deciding to throw the ball on the 1 yard line. That interception was terrible. And so he did what he did. And you know what? With him doing what he did, it made it hard for the Patriots to come back and for them to catch up to the Seahawks, and made it the Seahawks locking up this Super Bowl win and the Super Bowl victory. And Jason Myers, on back of him scoring the first 12 points for the Seahawks and scoring 15 points for them overall, 15 of their 29. They could have won the game just off of his leg alone. And that's so helpful to know because they had the kicker that when they needed to make the kicks, he made them. When they needed him to be efficient, he was efficient. And he got the job done. And they moved the ball, and then they trusted their defense to win. The Seahawks win this game. The Seahawks, they put the sandwich together, they complete it, and they win their second, I think it's their second Super Bowl in their team's history. So again, I think that's the Seahawks' second Super Bowl ever. And again, that's just a phenomenal win by the Seahawks. It's a great win. Drake Maye looked like a chicken with his head cut off back there because, I mean, he had no protection. The chicken fled the coop at that point. The coop was the offensive line, and Drake Maye was the chicken. And that offensive line broke down. The chicken fled the coop, and the Seahawks were the fox hunting the chicken, and that fox got in that coop. Well, that fox got after the chicken because the chicken, the coop broke down. Fox gets in the coop, then chicken has to get outside the coop, and the fox is able to do whatever he wants to the chicken. And that's exactly what happened. The Seahawks, a.k.a. the Fox, they caught the chicken, a.k.a. the Patriots, and, well, the Seahawks win. Drake Maye fled the coop because that offensive line, the coop, was non-existent. And the Fox for the Seahawks strike, and they take the chicken away. They win. What a dominant game by the Seahawks. And the Seahawks are your Super Bowl 60 champions. Let's go. By the way, make sure you guys tell somebody you love them. God bless you. That's Game Talk 24/7. Thank you guys for watching. We'll talk sports with you next time.